We're here at Norman Smith Elementary School, the 2013 Tennessee State Score Prize winner, one of the many great schools inside of the Clarksville-Montgomery County school system. This is the state of the schools. I think within any work and with any job or with any task, you have to have what you want as the outcome. You have to have a clear vision of what that's going to be. Everybody within this district plays a part. No matter what job they have, no matter what task is set upon them, they all have a responsibility that contributes to that overall mission. We are all connected. We are all linking arms in order to make sure that our students graduate the way we want them to graduate. I think it is extremely important that every person within this organization examine the work that we do on a daily basis and look at it and say, how do we get better? And at the same time, that's contributing to us becoming a highly reliable organization. The core of our work is to improve student achievement. When we look at what we do on a daily basis, everything, every member of this staff, every member of this community should be focused on helping our students be successful. So student achievement is the foundation of our work on a daily basis.
Common Core instructional shifts focus on both ELA and math. And in ELA, what you'd see to a greater capacity this year is students interacting with text more, especially more on an informational basis as opposed to a literary basis. You'll see them use strategies and techniques we call closed reading. In math, we're seeing a greater emphasis on math tasks, which are really kind of math word problems on steroids. In 2014-15 will be full implementation. I can tell you this, that we're taking it seriously, that we have professional development from the state level, from the local school district all summer long, and just-in-time trainings during the year. The great news is when you ask teachers about Common Core, they exemplify that they believe in these standards, that the students can do this work, and that they're excited about fewer standards taught more in depth. This is the right thing to do for students. This will make us more globally competitive. We got our first mid-year data on the academies, which really compare the academies to their cohort group. And it's really around GPA and around discipline referrals. And in almost every case, it's dramatically different between the academy and the cohort group. So what that tells me is that students are motivated to be in the academy, and that was a big piece of why we went to academies. This idea of having a smaller learning community within a school, a pocket academy where students can choose to be educated along a career interest of theirs, has been a very positive piece for students and teachers. It does not come without hard work and dedication. Integration is always hard work, but we're certainly moving forward in that realm. We started this work about 5 years ago with balanced assessment, and really essentially what it's about is taking a standard and deconstructing that standard to find out what the learning target is on a daily basis. And balanced assessment is the perfect match for that, because we do align assessment types around reasoning skills. And the reasoning skills that Common Core is expecting from our students are much higher. We cannot possibly assess Common Core in a multiple choice environment. We have to assess it the way it's taught. Ninth grade, we're continuing STEM, and this is our third year in ninth grade. We've added sixth grade to the middle school, so we're fully implemented in the middle school, and in elementary added a grade level. So they should be complete from third to fifth grade at this point. Probably the greatest professional development that I've experienced and heard from teachers are the externships. So over 100 teachers in elementary, middle, and high school were involved in externships last year. And those externships are valuable in many ways, but a couple key ways in which they're valuable. One is it gets teachers into the real life environment of science and math within a business. The other piece is it builds a relationship with that business. And so those businesses are involved in our schools. And so it's not a one-stop shop in the summer. It's an opportunity to continue to build that relationship with business. Businesses come out and provide some expertise around the challenges, provide support, and continue that learning process.
I think for all of our employees to understand what their role is and also how they can get better in their role is important to any organization. We want all of our employees to have access to the training and the leadership opportunities that they wish to have.
Hopefully any of our employees that have used our on-site clinic noticed the new facility that we opened last summer. And another thing that employees may not have realized is that we took over the administration of the on-site clinics. And previously, the insurance trust had paid a contractor to administer the on-site clinics. We felt that we could do a better job, so we took that over this summer. Customer service feedback has been excellent, and it's allowed us to expand into the wellness areas. We want our employees to be healthy. It's so important that we're able to be at work every day to make a difference.
The feedback that you give a teacher in relationship to their job description is so important. Individual learning plans are designed to do that. They're designed to take the professional development that already exists in this district and new online opportunities and craft a process where principals and teachers can have a dialogue about what their next step of development is. In the schools of Norman Smith, New Providence Middle, and Rossview High School, there have been a select group of teachers that are piloting this process with their principals. It's the right thing to do for teachers. It's the right thing to do for students. Nobody wants to go to their job every day, have to live up to an expectation, and then not have the support to be able to grow in the area that they need to grow in order to meet that expectations.
For us, recruitment is going out and talking to applicants and telling them our story, telling them how great Clarksville-Montgomery County school system is, sharing our graduation rate, sharing all of the great stories that we have. We've expanded our recruitment efforts for both classified and certified. We're really proud this year to say that we have some of the best teachers, the best classified employees, and they come from 26 different states. And that's really exciting because we can bring that diversity into our school system, and that enriches our students' lives. We focus on retention every year. We look at our data, and we were very proud this year. Our retention rate went from 87% to 89%. We want to retain our employees. We've trained them, we've worked with them, we want to keep them. So, we're continuing to ask questions about what is it that makes Clarksville-Montgomery County school system special? What things can we improve on?
As part of our ISO and connected to our continuous improvement, it is extremely important for us to always look for efficiencies within our organization. In an organization this size, there are always ways and means to cut cost, and so I think it's incumbent upon us as leaders to look what are some ways that we can make sure that we are more efficient. What happens with that money as we become more efficient, it obviously translates into how can we funnel that back into improving student achievement, which is our foundational goal.
There are really two things that need to be accomplished to make us ready for the park assessment, and the first one is to rebuild the network for the school district, and that includes the network for every single school. We're partway through the wiring on that, and we'll complete that project this summer. The second item is we're going to have to update the computers within the school district. Currently, the computers that we have do not meet the minimum requirements, and we will have to purchase 9,000 computers to get the district ready. Those will be purchased over the summer, and those will be available to students when they come back to school in August. When it comes to improving organizational efficiencies, that's really our daily work. That's where we look at each and every department on a continual basis, or they approach us on a need-by-need basis where we help them look at what's going on within the department and find better ways to do it utilizing technology, whether that's with reports or writing a piece of software or trying to find a new procedure or path that we can accomplish that in a quicker and more efficient manner.
When we first established this initiative, we set out what we felt like was a very significant target of increasing our baseline of $6 million in competitive grants to grow that by an additional $10 million. And that was a 5-year stretch goal for us at the time, not knowing what was possible. What we experienced actually though for this past 12 months was $10 million growth. We're now sitting at $16 million for a 12-month period, and obviously that's very significant. It's hard to say, just how huge that can be in terms of opportunities for instruction for the students and for the community to have those opportunities.
And so this year we had the opportunity to attend a seminar in Nashville, and we learned about an opportunity through TVA that governmental agencies can request engineers to come out and do detailed energy audits of all of your buildings. So we came back from that learning and talked about it, and we've then asked TVA to do an energy assessment of all 9 of the schools that are located in the county outside of the city limits. we're about through with all of those, then armed with that information, we can make better choices as we go forward, and we hope to be able to save money as a result of having these audits completed.
One of the reasons that we do this is, of course, the emphasis on security and safety for all of our employees and, of course, our children. And we feel that if our buildings are safe and secure, our students can perform better, our employees can do their jobs better, and we value that. We value their security, and we want them all to feel safe in our buildings.
So we're real excited about an opportunity to begin upgrading the radios in our school bus fleet that's going to enhance security by allowing us to better know where the vehicle is, and it's also going to enhance our ability to communicate with the buses in many different ways.
Well, one of the things that employees, especially those employees at elementary schools or our parents that have children at elementary schools, will notice that we do have SROs at the elementary schools. They do rotate, so that's an addition to the school system this year, and we're very excited about that partnership we do have with the county. And also one of the things that they identified and we also identified is we needed to update the protocols for SROs now that we've added SROs to our elementary schools, so that was another area that we did implement.
We've also had a good bit of work completed to ensure that every one of our schools has a buzz-in system at the main entrance to the school so we can better control access to the building.
Engaging the public in support of student achievement is extremely important because it helps them step inside the schools and understand what's taking place inside the schools. It also allows them to learn avenues and ways they can navigate the district to seek resources for their child, because as a school system, we're a huge part of this community. We're preparing students to enter that job force, and so what we want to do is make sure that those parents understand that we are preparing their child.
We have great success stories happening in our school district, and we want to share those with our community. We meet with both internal and external stakeholders and share the highlights of the district. And then if you want to see the classroom without getting into the classroom, you can go to our Focus Video TV on our website. And it's a great way to see stories of things that are happening, and I would encourage people to check that pretty frequently because you'll see some really exciting things that are happening. We also are working with media, and for example, Education Week is coming to our district to feature Dr. Worthington as a leader to learn from and our STEM program. In improving parent and community engagement in our schools and more connection, we received a $4.5 million grant, and it's a consortium grant, so that means that we're working with another county, with Christian County, to create a parent engagement program and strategy to get parents more in as participants and not necessarily as observers of their children's education. Our parent engagement coordinator, whom we were able to hire with the grant, will start training and get more people involved in creating volunteer opportunities and information flow of things that people can do in our school system.
Well, this State of the Schools marks our midpoint within the year, and we've already had great successes. When we hear the mid-year review, the work that's taken place with STEM, the work that's taken place with Common Core, we know that a lot of changes and transformations are being made for the positive. And at this point, what we'll do is we'll reflect on that. We'll make sure that we correct the things that need to be corrected. And at the same time, we've already begun working on our next year's plans. We're looking at what the next steps are, because we're in our next phases of the academies. We're also in our next phases of the Common Core implementation, as well as implementing and making sure that we have the technology infrastructure in place for that park assessment in the near future. We are a group of learners, and that's what we represent within this community. Is not only are we expecting our students to learn, but we expect our employees, and including myself, to be a continual learner, because that's the way we get better. That's the way we get better as an organization. That's the way we get better as a community, and that's the way we get better as a nation. Every step we take, every improvement that we make, every teaching strategy that we learn, that we implement inside the classroom, every energy saving that we bring, every efficiency that we learn about and bring to this district, it's all making a difference, and it helps us be that defining difference in this community and for our students. What we have is heart. We have a heart for kids, and I think if we start our thinking with the students, that makes all the difference in the world for our kids. It makes all the difference in the world for our school system and for the community, because they are our foundation, they are our heartbeat, they are the next level of leaders within this community, and that's extremely important for us to recognize and to celebrate, and at the same time prepare them for that. Thank you for watching the State of the Schools.